Welcome to the next installment of my Wellness Path Micropractice series. In this series, I share my go-to micropractices, short practices you can drop in your busy day, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, to help you deeply relax. These practices will help you release deep, baked-in tension, dissolve chronic stress, calm your overstressed mind, and help you become more present, focused, and clear. Important steps on the wellness path. Today's micropractice is how to relax the shoulders and upper back. The shoulders and upper back are areas of chronic tension for many of us. The way we sit, the way we stand, often results in contraction of muscle and soft tissue in and around the shoulders and upper back. Then we hold that contraction for hours and hours, day after day, month after month, year after year. In doing so, that tension becomes patterned into the nervous system and baked in deeply into the muscles and other soft tissue of the shoulders and upper back. For many people, this chronic tension leads to discomfort, dysfunction, and disability in this vitally important part of our bodies. Shoulder injuries, back spasms, chronic pain and stiffness, reduced mobility, not what you want to live with. In aiming to relax the shoulders and upper back, it's helpful to consider the basic anatomy of this area. I want to highlight two key structures in the upper back: the shoulder blades. The shoulder blades are the roughly triangular shaped bones in the back of the shoulders on either side of the spine. If you can reach behind in the back of your shoulder, you can feel these bony structures. If you can't comfortably reach back, then you can lean against a wall and you'll feel the bones. Now consider this: 17 different muscles attached to each shoulder blade. That's a lot of soft tissue. And associated with those muscles, there's connective tissue, vascular tissue, nerves, bony structures like the spine and the other bones of the shoulder. Here's the problem. All those structures and all that tissue evolved to move. The health and function of those structures and tissue depends on movement. If you don't move it, it's less healthy. But in today's society, many people don't move their shoulder blades. People sit like this for hours, shoulder blades not moving. Or they squeeze them back in a Western military posture, shoulder blades not moving. So it's not surprising that shoulder and upper back discomfort and dysfunction is so common. The antidote is move your shoulder blades. I'm going to show you a micro practice that will get your shoulder blades moving. We'll get our shoulder blades moving in a way that will relax your shoulders and upper back, improve mobility, and support the healthy function of this vital area. I call this micro practice shoulder blade circles. Let's begin. Get up and join me, please. Stand comfortably and get your mind in your shoulder blades. So behind the shoulders and the upper back on either side of the spine, those triangular bony structures. Next, we're going to begin to move the shoulder blades. We'll move them in some specific ways. First, we'll move the shoulder blades away from the spine. So feel how they can move away from the spine. And then move the shoulder blades back toward the spine. And I want you to find a range of motion, however small, where you can keep the tissue around the shoulder blades soft, without strain, without squeezing. Away from the spine, toward the spine. Away from the spine, toward the spine. Just let your arms hang and feel how you're moving your arms with your shoulder blades. They're connected. I'm going to turn around so you get the back view. Away from the spine, toward the spine. And if you keep the movement within a range of motion where you're not straining or squeezing, then you'll feel a light stretch when you go away from the spine and a release of that stretch as the shoulder blades come back toward the spine. And note how I'm not squeezing on the way back or straining on the way away from the spine. I'm keeping the movement within a range of motion where that tissue remains soft. Away from the spine, toward the spine. The next way we'll move our shoulder blades is up and down. And we all know how to move our shoulder blades up like this, right? But note all the tension I'm packing in around here, and that's not what we want to do. So we want to move our shoulder blades up in a way that does not create tension. And as you see, and as you'll feel, that's not very far, and that's okay. Then we want to move the shoulder blades down, and that's a way of moving the shoulder blades that may not be familiar. And to move the shoulder blades down, just release the shoulders and upper back and let the arms hang down, and you'll feel your shoulder blades move down a little. Not a lot, a little, but that's fine. And then elevate the shoulder blades without strain. Release them down. Up, down. In particular, on the way up, feel for any tendency to squeeze in around the shoulders and move less if you feel that happening. Up and down, up and down. Now we're going to mix up how we move our shoulder blades. So follow me, move one toward the spine, one away. One away from the spine, one toward. Again, keeping this motion within a range of motion where you can keep the tissue relaxed, not straining, not stretching. And you may begin to feel how the shoulder blades are sliding over the back of the rib cage, which they'll do when they start moving. Now, there can be a tendency when people see this movement to want to be doing it from the spine, twisting. And I'm not doing that. I'm keeping my spine stable, shoulder blade away from the spine, one toward. Now, let's do the other movement. One up, one down. One up, one down. And this may be a small movement to keep it within a range of motion where you keep your shoulder blades and the tissue around it relaxed, but that's okay. You're going for softness in this movement, not any particular range of motion. One up, one down, one down, one up. So that's the warm-up for our exercise. Now what we're going to do is follow me. One up, one down, one toward, one away. One down, one up, one toward, one away. And we begin to do circles with our shoulder blades, moving them through all those movements in one exercise. And feel how you can do this within a range of motion where you're not squeezing, not straining. And depending how tight your upper back is and your shoulders are, this might be really small, but that's okay. You got to start somewhere, right? Making circles with your shoulder blades. Next, change directions. I'll turn around so you get the back view. Keeping your spine stable, not twisting it. Having all this motion come from the shoulder blades. Change directions. Moving your shoulder blades within a range of motion where you can circle them without strain, without squeezing. We'll do 5 more. And then to conclude, I encourage you to stand for a moment and just feel how your upper back feels. Did the circling of the shoulder blades change anything? Feel a little less tense. a little more mobile? If so, you're onto something. That's today's micro practice, shoulder blade circles. I encourage you to try this. For starters, 5 minutes a day. Take a break from your desk and do 20 slow circles in one direction, 20 slow circles in the other direction. Feeling for how you can move your shoulder blades smoothly without strain. With a little practice, you release deep baked in tension, improve mobility, and feel better. An important step on the wellness path.